Well, the game is about to begin. Will it be a high tide for Liquid? Will T1 continue the climb, or will FaZe keep holding the top? We'll find out as we get started with the games brought to you by Toomey, Zowie, Intel, and Perrier, as well as the golden voices of Pansy and Sims.
What a great start to the day it's going to be. And of course, this is brought to you by Intel, where gaming happens. But let's not mess around. There's no sugarcoating any of this. I'm all aboard the FaZe train. I'm all aboard the VP rise here. Look, call me biased, but seeing the story of Virtus.pro rising from the Northern Lights, desperate to prove themselves on an international stage, to put themselves among the heavy hitters in Europe, to finally get that accolade, and they did wonders yesterday, Rich. I mean, they turned heads. How am I meant to look past that? Tell me. Sell me on someone else, please.
I mean, I have to follow what the desk said yesterday. When it comes to T1 so far, they're the only real team that's kind of in the back of my mind when I look at this lobby. The consistency has been phenomenal. While there has been not the outstanding Sterling performances, the ones that you're speaking about in question, FaZe, VP, I still can't look past the Korean teams in terms of a Freak of Freaks, T1, a Freak of Freaks, ending yesterday with a 21-point game. It's a nice way to kind of end and roll into today. But Freak of Freaks, while, again, and this is the whole thing, if they can get some more points on the board in terms of kills, just a few more here and there, and a win secured under the belt, it will send them flying up the table. We've seen what a difference when back into his shank to try and hold the line here and stay alive. Where's Lorena in all of this to give him the level of support that he needs? Never mind, we'll go into a different fight altogether. LG Divine. STK, well, they were happy over here in the little hangar, but unfortunately, they've got residency. They're not happy, though, and the grenades are down, and LG Divine is bleeding out fast. That mullet is... Oh, I thought it was perfect. Never mind, it was literally at his feet.
It's close.
Speaking of at his feet, yeah, through the rafters. I mean, thankfully, it's not wood, otherwise it would have got him, but never mind. There's a nade to bounce as well. So for STK, it's not a clean wipe. They lose Luke while doing so, but still, it's not the 16th places that became so reminiscent with them yesterday. We didn't really touch on it, but for STK, 3 16th places out of 5 games. To say we were hyping them up yesterday, it wasn't the best of performances we've seen from the North American team.
Day trade still on the move, going to be coming into the kind of EU battle going on here. BP will get the first glimpse of them, first shot at it, and actually lands it pretty well. Batulin's that comfortable pickup, that should be a flush, as it is, and it even goes to them as well. No one else diving in on taking that away. So they're the first kind of guardians of the West, and they'll open up towards Na'Vi, Liquid, and potentially FaZe. Oh, spin out, that could be a problem, and it is. Lou, very, very comfortable for him. Absolutely no problem, especially after just yesterday having such a highlight game. Triumphant deciding they would go for a more direct approach, it seems like for now. As Relo probably won't love that. Would love to pick that up, but it's not going to get too much. A little bit of damage here and there. Gen.G fancies a pop at it, but again, not completely making the most. But there it is in Onyx. They're just tagged up enough and delivers comfortably with the mini from further afield. There he is, as you can see, spamming away, praying for a nice connection, and even getting the car burning. You can see the problems now beginning. That could have been the end of PSG. But we are now seeing the knock-on effect of Freak of Freaks coming into the EU scuffle on the northern side. Freak of Freaks, though, going to lose out on Hansia to start with, and you're going to see the rest of the teams now seeing this like, okay, we've got some more people coming over, a little bit of a party here.
Yeah, this is where Na'Vi will start to kind of magnetize themselves to look at this one. For Venotica and Nurins to try and get into it in the form of day trade. Oh, that's a banger! Rolls perfectly outside the door, and this should be the go symbol if you're a Freak of Freaks looking towards it. Gustav's there to try and receive the rest of them if they want to try and make an advancement on this. Smokes and flashes go down, and a cat hits it from a different angle, but Nurins inadvertently helps out FaZe Clan by knocking a cat. That was a beautiful little sweep that he was trying to formulate on the backside. FaZe does unfortunately go down throughout this, but with 2 different teams trying to fight over this one. It looks like Na'Vi have actually gone out to try and extend their reach on this side of the circle, capitalize on the third-party situation, and maybe get the lone snake down, because if they do, this will be clean. And they need it to be clean so they can just focus fire onto Team Liquid. They are the next obstacle. And with the circle, that becomes even more important. Impala is still in. Freak of Freaks going for the middle play and trying to take whatever's left over from when this next circle did update. A bit of a warning shot to the side of Na'Vi, and again, this fight has been backbuilding for quite some time, and during the next minute, it will have to unfold. There's the first one. The nade is also... It's not perfect, but it's damn good and removes a fair amount of health from Kemba. He'll be feeding this information back, holding front and center points. Nade has been cycled. Damage. Will it be done? As it hit the side of the wall? I think it's just gone to his left. It does. Roth has been knocked, and that gives you some sort of idea of what Gen.G are fighting with. They said that they can instantly claim that point from the tower that they're in. Jimbo onto Kemba. And it looks like Na'Vi, it's time to run. There's only 2 of them left standing, and that's a hell of a lot of damage done. Blue's there also. Besto will fall in the distance. Thought they'd lost 1 more previously. Poonage will wrap low. Still got to be very aware that ENCE and Gen.G do have some sort of an eye lying into this one.
The edge of the smoke could have been huge for Alo then. Poonage seems all too aware of it. And the barrel, well, look, it's an all-rounder. You need a sniper? No worries. You need something that's got a mad, mag dump capability? No worries. It can do it all. And for now, Shinboy is freed up, so looking to do some work for himself, and then just going to keep shooter as locked in as they can. The one benefit for Zenith, they were on the outskirts, and they've shuffled around, they've adjusted. Now, yes, it does mean they're a little open to Gen.G, I'm sure, but they're very cognizant of that for now. There's the flush towards Alo. Kurt's still alive, but is knocked, so Uncivil being the only one to be able to make much out of this, and that time's dwindling. And I mean, this is without even adding to the equation. Na'Vi might be able to see another approach from them as they come over to the eastern side of that big rock in the north. So again, this becomes tricky, and Gen.G's vision is just still reigning supreme. They can see so much, and another team comes in. Oh, out of nowhere! Multi-Circle Gaming make an appearance, looking for options potentially, or maybe just looking for kills. They found it! VP handling T1 well out in the west. I'm not sure how many of T1 are left, maybe just 1 in the distance, it looks like. So that's an issue for them to face, because they've got Triumphant not far away, and Tank has just appeared at the worst time for Zenith. They were so focused on that fight, but PO, out of nowhere, the eyes, the vision that they still maintain, Rich, is massive.
That res is going to be even bigger. Now gives STK something to work with. It denies the initial point. Even if they go down to the blue, they can stop the points going the way of Zenith, or they can work as a 2-man. He doesn't realize they're outside. They jump the smoke. They come round the back as well. Oh, no, no. This has gone completely wrong. Kickstart here to try and save the day. But Zenith go down. It was a 3 versus 1, but Tank from nowhere just plays spoiler. Uncivil, this will be his second, so he needs to be quid. Oh, was it Purdy before? Either way, they need to get that res rather quickly with the smoke down, be able to at least get the health back up. Now V bows out. T1 also goes down, and that's from inside of Impala working their way on the back side of it, I do believe. They must have just kind of... Oh, no, they were on the previous one. Okay. So that comes from Oath being able to work the southern side of it.
Okay, nades coming through now. Gen.G starting to mop up some kills. They're going to keep your eyes on how many of these they've managed to nab as well. They're not necessarily getting all the knocks, but they are getting the flushes. A Freak of Freaks and Liquid in a bit of a stalemate here. Neither want to leave their little foxholes. They're going to stay there as long as they can. Gen.G maintain the highest building here, but they're also locked in by Oath, who previously gate-kept them with just kind of 1 player in a bit. In Onyx, so another kill comes in. Gen.G starting to build that momentum. And ENCE on the move. They have to get past Gen.G, who've adjusted. Esther still in the taller compound, but the nades, the utility being cycled through. ENCE trying to breach and clear this. I don't think 2 teams can survive in the same space here in Impala, or what's left of it. An underhand Molly will keep that doorway safe. Great work from Pio. Once again, the controller that he is, just making sure it's all his. And now Molly comes back in, though. Locky, though, this time set on fire and put down out of mercy from Diggory. But there's the trade out. Nade comes right back in. It's Loki. It's not without answer. This looks like they're just going to destroy each other at this rate. But I've got to say, for now, ENCE are coming off way worse. It's only Loki who is knocked at the moment. Esther's still holding the angle. Pio's just patrolling up top. And if he gets a little fruity about this and decides to go on a push, I'd be terrified. That's it. Good nade towards Diggory. Follow-up flash. Molly goes in. They've got to be done for. Yeah, ENCE are done. Gen.G stay alive with all 4. 8 kills now. And Impala is their home.
Liquid still 4 up, but it's time to go. I think they've got to go for one of these shacks, right? Because of how sparse it is, unless you take one of the ridge lines here on the left.
Time to crash for Liquid, it seems. And a Freak of Freaks are the ones waiting on the other side. And Nonyx is helping out. Gen.G's reach is just vast. As it stands, though, Clip did just find Batulins. Where are these kills coming from? Liquid, you've got problems in front of you. I know you want to try and get the rest, but maybe clear these guys out first. Gen.G's doing it for you. PO's coming in. Gen.G just constantly in the feed. 10 kills now. Liquid looks like they've at least claimed this shack for now, but it has garnered the attention of the Giants Gen.G. 11 kills to their name. Proactive even with that circle presence being so dominant, but Oath's still alive and kicking. 4 players here. VP are looking down. I think they're down to 1 potentially. I don't think there's any reses available as Batulins did just get flushed. And we've got some big boys in this lobby. We've got 4 for Liquid as well. Oh no, how much does Oath know? PO's just gone over the ridge. That's all the information they need. Right, there is a full team here. Everything is down below this, but Rello, the man who was just their absolute downfall before, could do it again.
Relo wants to try and deal with the last player of VP. I mean, at the moment, with how deep they are in the circle, if they can get rid of Spyro, then there's nothing to worry about. They have all the land to play with. They're completely out of line of sight of Team Liquid. Liquid has to get to the circle and basically run a Death Valley. You know, for Gen.G, they can't make a mistake here. They can't go after Oath too early because that's when Liquid will capitalize.
This is the thing. I don't know how Gen.G gets past Liquid without Oath taking chunks out of them. And I'm sure Gen.G are trying to work through those options right now. I don't know how they can do it without winning a clean fight on Liquid. And maybe they can. Gen.G have looked phenomenal thus far, and they're making it look simple. This is Team Liquid that they are just completely slicing through. I guess that's how you do it. In a split second, you win the fight, and now suddenly you can face off in a 4v4 against Oath. The team that held you back earlier, and Rello does it again. Loki is found. He was holding the highest point for them as it stands. Theo, Inonix, and Ether still alive, and they hold the northern side now. You see PatCaps then taking that territory they've just garnered. Theo's been isolated. The Snake could be good, but Snakers out in the open. Theo's going to punish that all day long. And Gen.G now down 3, but as is Oath.
Dominating on screen. As you saw, they took the advantage and stepped into it at the right time. The first knock came on the side of Oath, but now there has been a response there from up top. All the Gen.G players are heavily damaged. And this could be the time that Oath need to make it in. However, individual gun skill comes into effect. Someone like Esther, PO. I'd be very scared going toe-to-toe with these Giants. For the players that are deeper inside the fields, they've kind of traded now position. You have the height advantage, but they have to work the way down. Inonix, nice lean to the left. It's good. The trade-off is there as Balefrost will answer back onto PO. Still 1-on-1, here we go, 2-on-2. PatCaps heal up. Esther, if you come over this hillside, you're going to get very lucky and catch him with his pants down.
Okay, flush on PO, we're down to Esther, we're down to Inonix. Good damage done, but the blue, it's on his back. He's got to move forward, but Balefrost is low as well. The flash could be sick for Inonix. This should catch at least 2. I'd say both of them. It's just pinged off the railing. Maybe not. But now Oath are looking a little lost in as Gen.G have them pinned, but Esther's low. He's holding the ridgeline like his life does depend on it. Balefrost completely blind. Esther's got 1. Gen.G! What a win!
All my life I want money and power, respect my mind, no die from last shot. I pray my dick get big as the Eiffel Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn, I feel amazing. Damn, I'm in the matrix. My mind is living on cloud 9 and this line is never on vacation. Start up that mind.